I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Donald Trump once again posting some truly vile and disgusting posts, but one of the things I really like about the presentation I'm about to make to you right now is there is a great clapback moment from a former Donald Trump supporter who sees Donald Trump trying to use her for his perverse and traitorous narrative, and she slams him. So let's take a look at that and some of these other posts made by Donald Trump. So Donald Trump posted on his social media platform, horrible, in response to another post that was made on his platform where somebody was trying to compare Hunter Biden with somebody by the name of Pam Hemphill. We'll talk about Pam in just a moment, but this is what this individual posts. American justice. 69-year-old grandma with cancer given more prison time for walking inside U.S. Capitol than Hunter Biden for sharing classified documents with foreign regimes and multi-million-dollar bribery schemes. And I guess he's citing the Gateway Pundit, which just defames everybody because every single thing there is false. And the prosecutor on the case, David Weiss, is somebody who Donald Trump actually appointed. It's a Republican prosecutor, a Trump appointee who ultimately entered into the plea agreement with Hunter based on what the evidence was, because we are in a system of evidence, not a system where MAGA Republicans just make up things every single day and just say there's audio recordings that don't exist and fake whistleblowers every single day. So Donald Trump responds to this post by whatever this person's name is, trying to say the 69-year-old grandma with cancer got unfair treatment based on her role in the January 6th insurrection, and she was treated unfairly as compared with Hunter Biden. But she responded. Here's the post that she made. This is from Pam Hemphill, and she goes, her response to Donald Trump: please, at Real Donald Trump, don't be using me for anything. I'm not a victim of January 6th. I pleaded guilty because I was guilty. Hashtag stop the spin. I'll invite all of you, assuming anyone still uses Twitter, which I don't necessarily recommend, to follow, though, Pam Hemphill and to read about her story, because she was somebody there. And in her own words, she talks about being brainwashed by Trump and MAGA and pulled in to that world with all of their lies and hate and venom, but just the constant lies and gaslighting that was taking place. And after the January 6th insurrection, she pled guilty for her role in the insurrection. She's shown genuine remorse for her conduct, and she's recognized that she was trapped in this kind of MAGA ecosystem of hate and lies and this alternate reality. She's been a very outspoken person right now for people to try to get out of MAGA. And she's a voice who we should all be listening to more to because of her experience and how she was sucked into that world and got out. But I love that she's clapping back at Donald Trump and saying, do not use my name for anything. I did what I did on January 6th, and I'm sorry for it, and I pled guilty because I was guilty. This is Donald Trump reposting that same account, and Donald Trump reposts this account who goes, the Trump speech in Michigan is absolute fire. Audience is going wild. That's actually not what was happening, but here is a clip from that speech. Play it right here. That's a real video. That's not some AI. That is really who the modern day MAGA Republican Party wants to give nuclear codes to again. That is the leader of the modern day Republican Party, that individual. Here, Donald Trump's post as he goes, Fox News just covered from beginning to end the Ron DeSanctimonious, very boring news conference. at the border, but didn't cover 1 minute of my two big speeches on Saturday and Sunday night, one for Faith and Freedom in D.C., the other about trade in Michigan, where I was presented with the Man of the Decade award. The DeSantis speech was a rehash of all the things I did to have the safest and stronger border in U.S. history. Also, I'm up on him by 40 points. And also up big on Biden. He is not up big on Biden. He is losing to Biden in mostly all of the head-to-head polls. You can't just let him get away with statements saying the border was the safest under him than it ever was. That's just simply false. Border crossings are down 70% right now from Trump to Biden. Now that Title 42 has been removed, which was Trump's policy when it comes to immigration, which wasn't even an immigration policy. It was just a health edict based on the COVID pandemic. That's the one area where they were like, oh, we should use emergency powers because of COVID when it comes to Title 42, because we could use it when it comes to immigration. But basically what they used Title 42 for was to try to kick out asylum seekers before they even got here, or as soon as they got here, they kick out the asylum seekers and remove them back to places where the asylum seekers can get killed. And then their other policy was just deport anybody who is determined to have been here unlawfully, which isn't really a policy. The Biden policy is we need to prioritize, we need to have a plan, and let's prioritize violent criminals first and other individuals who can cause harm, but people who are here productively should not be prioritized for deportation. For Donald Trump, it was just, let's deport everybody. But what that ultimately results in, it's not actually a policy, and it's ineffective and doesn't work. And you are not then addressing prioritization of how to actually figure out how to triage the situation. Oh, and then when I was trying to figure out, like, what's he talking about? Man of the Decade award over and over and over again. He talks about Man of the Decade award now. So the Oakland County GOP in Michigan gave him this award that now he refers to himself as the Man of the Decade. But this is who runs the Michigan GOP. This is the chair, Christina Caramo. She's the chair of the Michigan GOP party. So just so we know what the Republican Party is now becoming in all of these states, chair of Michigan GOP, Christina Caramo. Play this clip.
So I was taking my walk this morning, and look what I run across. A vulture eating a possum. As soon as I saw that, you know what I thought about? Us, the American people, as the possum, and the vulture is the globalist political left. And the sad part about it is most people don't realize it because they distract you with a bunch of little stupid stuff like, look at that misogyny, look at that homophobia, look at that racism, the poor people, we're going to help you all. So people are like, oh, they're for the little guys and I'm little, so they're going to help me. It's a distraction. It is a ruse. They're trying to set up a globalist system with one economic, one religious, and one political system for us all to adhere to, and America is in the way. That is why they hate Donald Trump so much. He's getting in the way of their agenda. And they use these foolish little celebrities to sell it to you guys that, don't you care about people to stop guns? What is the Second Amendment for? You really trust governments that much to not kill us? Quit being naive. Stalin, Mao, Hitler, okay, Fidel Castro, Che Guevara. Governments have done atrocious things to their people. Are you that naive to think it can never happen here?
Yeah, that's who's running the Republican Party right now in Michigan, in the great state of Michigan. Okay, here's Trump's next post. So Fox News, which is down 37% in the ratings, doesn't cover my getting Man of the Decade award. Back to Man of the Decade. Because of my great trade policies in Michigan, or my keynote speech for Faith and Freedom in D.C., and then wants me to show up and get them ratings for their presidential debate, where I'm leading the field by 40 points. All they do is promote Against All Hope, Ron DeSanctimonious, and he's dropping like a rock. Sorry, Fox News, life doesn't work that way. That's just Donald Trump admitting that he's too scared to debate people like Chris Christie and Ron DeSantis and others, so he's not going to show up to at least the first debate. But I'm really interested to watch Chris Christie at that debate, particularly after some of his scathing attacks on Donald Trump. Here's Trump's next post. He goes, congratulations to Judge Jeanine Pirro on her new book, Crimes Against America. Joe Biden, Schumer, and the remaining communists, Marxists, and fascists are destroying our nation. Janine, respected by all, explains it in a highly sophisticated manner. She gets it like a few others. Get your copy of the new book today. Again, that's all part of the kind of grift echo chamber. She lies, defames people for Donald Trump. He promotes her book, and you see how he just talks about people as communists, Marxists, and fascists. It's just a word salad of hate to divide this country, and it's absolutely repulsive, but he's an absolutely repulsive person. And speaking of that, he's quoting Mark Levin, who talks like this, who's on Fox, and says the Democrat Party hates America. It's democratic. It's very easy to say Democratic Party. But he goes, the Democrat Party hates America. And this is the type of do nothing hate that is spewed by MAGA Republicans, right? While you got President Biden talking about how to improve jobs and higher paying jobs and making deals to make sure that union workers can get sick leave and get paid sick leave, while Biden's focused on lowering the cost of healthcare and prescription drug prices and education and veterans and Social Security, like real things, Medicare, making sure a woman can control her body. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans are out here just grifting and spewing hate. But that's why we got to call it out each and every day. That's what we'll do here on the MeidasTouch Network. And it's really good to see people like Pam Hemphill calling him out as well. Great job, Pam. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers. Thanks to your support. Check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Wherever you get audio podcasts, subscribe to the MeidasTouch podcast. Have an excellent day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.